In this video, I'm going to shoot out the Laney LFR 112 versus my 2x12 cab with a vintage 30 and a Greenback. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm really enjoying trying out the Laney LFR and shooting it out against a lot of different speakers I have here in the studio. So in this video, we are testing it against my 2x12 cab. And I did buy this cab at Guitar Center probably about 2005 or 6. And I got it at the same time I got a basement head. And I think I paid like probably 250 bucks, maybe 300 for the cab, and another 250, 300 for the head. And I thought that was a pretty good deal. But I've had this Avatar cab for a long time, and I've played tons of different amps through it. And so in this video, I'm going to still use the Headrush pedal board, and that is going into the effects return of a Blue Guitar Amp 1. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm using a power amp and my 2x12 cab, and I'm comparing that to the Laney LFR, which is essentially a box with a speaker that also has a power amp. But it's not really a guitar speaker per se. It's more of a full range flat response. So let's just go back and forth and play some tones, and let's hear how it sounds in the room. I do have a microphone about a foot away in front of the Laney because it does have a 12-inch driver, but also has a small driver for the high end. So it's not going to be the exact same experience as a cab. And once again, I'm using my Big Shot ABY to switch back and forth. And is the Laney first? Is the 2x12 first? I have no idea. But I want you to leave me a comment down below and let me know your thoughts after I get done playing. And if you haven't done so already, feel free to subscribe and click the bell so you'll be notified whenever I release more videos in this series. So without further ado, let's play some tones. Now in this next clip, we're going to have the Laney set to the 112 option. And the first part of the video, it was set at 412. So now we're going to hear the difference. Now for the final clip, I actually set the Laney to the FR mode, and up until this point there have been no IR or cab set on the headrush. So what you've been hearing is either the straight 4x12 or the 1x12 option on the Laney, and that's compared to the speakers in my 2x12 cab. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the IR for the Laney, and I'm going to turn off the IR for the cab, because I really don't like the sound of an IR going through a physical cab, because you're kind of doing double duty there as far as the sound goes. So just for example, this is the Laney with no IR in the chain. And here's the IR in the chain. And this specific IR is for my Sonic DNA pack that you can get in the description down below from sonicdna.com. So if you want to support the channel, then go ahead and grab that IR. It'll work with the headrush or any other digital modeler. So without further ado, here is one of the cabs. Alright, so now just for fun, I'm going to take the ears out so I can listen to the actual sound of the Laney in the room. And I'm just going to bounce back and forth between the Laney and the cab, whichever order that comes in. And just kind of get a feel for what it sounds like in the room, and then give you my personal opinion on what I'm hearing. Alright, the Laney is sitting up off the floor about 1.5 feet. So it is closer to my ear than the actual 2x12 is. But still, there's a brightness to it that just sounds kind of funky. So on the back of the Laney, there's actually a high frequency knob. Let me go ahead and turn that all the way down so you can hear what that sounds like. Okay, now let me go to the other extreme and turn it all the way up. And now we have it set back to 12 o'clock. Alright, so my personal thoughts on the Laney LFR is, I think in some circumstances it sounds really good. And in other circumstances, you really have to play with that high frequency knob to really make it just stand out to my ears. And I'm not sure if it's that much better than the Headrush 108 or even just using a power amp and a cab. So if you've been on the fence about trying the Laney LFR, then I say give it a shot. There's a lot of people on the forums and on Facebook saying they really love this cab and they even bought 2 of them. Now this brings me to a point that it really comes down to personal preference, but to me, the Laney is a little too big and a little too heavy for my personal taste. The Headrush 108 is basically perfect for what I do here in the studio and for the minimal amount of time that I actually play out of the house. I just don't need a big cab to lug around. And the Laney is something to where if I'm carrying my Headrush backpack, a guitar, and I have to carry a heavy cab, then it's just not worth it for me. But I'm going to have to leave that up to you guys. And be sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the tones in this video, about the comparison between the Laney and the 2x12 cab. And I hope this has helped you make a decision on whether to buy this cab or not. Once again, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check the description down below. There's a lot of links down there. And if you're big into Headrush, I have a full list of what you would need to buy off of Sweetwater to get the pedal board, the backpack, the 108 speaker, and even the gig board. So if you want to help support the channel, be sure to click through the link and I'll get a small commission from the sale of whatever you buy. And if you're interested in learning more about the Headrush pedal board, then definitely check out my Headrush course on my website. It's a one-time payment and you'll get lifetime access to all videos and all future rigs that are added to the membership. And also through this whole video, you heard my Dr. Mcfarland Sonic DNA IR pack. So if you like what you heard, be sure to go to sonicdna.com and check out my pack and lots of other great packs that Greg has for sale on his website. Thanks guys for watching. I am Dr. Mcfarland. I will see you in the next video. Keep rocking.